Now, in my opinion, Image Comics seem to be doing really well. Not only is like their The Walking Dead comic has its own TV series, but you know, everyone's praising Saga. Saga is actually a really good comic. So there's a lot of really good sort of create your own kind of comics that are now with Image, and some of them are pretty good. One in particular that I really like is a comic called Bedlam, and this came out as a collected trade, and I picked it up quite a while back, and I wasn't really sort of sure of it at first, but after reading it I really like it, and it's kind of very dark in my opinion. The story of this comic is it's told of through the net of this character called Fillmore Press, who was once the psychotic Mother Red, who somehow managed to be cured, and now, you know, he can't kill, he doesn't have a sort of string of violence, you know, towards him. He's naturally cured, as we're kind of seeing. But the problem is there's these grotesque murders that are happening, and he wants to help the police catch the killer. But is he wanting to catch the killer for them or for his own gain? And it's really interesting because, as you say, because he can't now kill, or can he? It's really kind of like twisted kind of comic. Really actually interesting. And what I like about this comic is how dark it is. I will be honest, when I saw Mother Red and there's this character called The First, kind of reminded me of Batman and the Joker in a way. You know, I'm just putting that out there. It reminded me of it. Didn't mean I was like all Batman fanboy out there and thinking, oh, they're just ripping off, you know, the Joker and Batman, blah blah, you know, everything about that. No, it's completely different. Because, here's my opinion, Mother Red is more sick and psychotic than the Joker. I mean, example here is right in this sort of comic. The Joker would catch a bunch of victims, hostages, and he would play around with them. He wouldn't kill them, he would play around with them. But Mother Red, what he does, he'd probably play around with a couple of them, but then he would just kill them all. Literally. He even killed a shit ton before the main hero even got to him. So already he doesn't really care about, about being, playing around and whatnot. He actually really is very sick. And Fillmore Press, I don't know, I think he's still quite sick as well. I think he's still sick, but he can't just do anything because he's been cured, apparently. He's been cured. The story is really good. The only problem I have is it kind of just falls flat a lot of times, and sometimes I feel they put a couple of filler pages, just to kind of, make the length of the comic, and it is a bit of a drag. And then one of the problems I have is the art is really good, but sometimes the art is quite hard to see at times, and depending on your stomach, a bit of a stomach full sometimes. But it's not really that bad. It's not like really gory. It is gory, but to an extent. I think this comic's going to be really well. Really looking forward to the next volume, and yeah, it's interesting. But before I kind of sign off, one of the best things about this sort of collected volume is it's cheap. It's really cheap. It's like, over in the US it's like $10, and over here it's like £8. To me, that is actually really cheap for just like a 6-issue sort of volume. That to me is really good bargain, and it's hard to kind of recommend this to people. I don't know if I would recommend it to first time readers because they might not like it much, or they might not appreciate it. But I probably would recommend it to those that really do like their dark comics, because this definitely falls into that category, and probably ones that really like alternative stories done by other people, or really appreciate, these type of comics. But it is really good. I love it. Looking forward to the next volume. Yeah, that's all I have to say. All I have to say.